Hey guys, welcome to Sip and Murder, where I talk everything true crime. Today's episode has an historical twist as I'm going to talk about the first ever conviction that was based on fingerprint evidence. Fingerprint evidence is a staple in all crime solving now, but there was a time when the idea of solving crimes with any biological evidence was inconceivable. Today's episode is on the Francisca Rojas case, which revolutionized forensic investigations forever. So grab your drink and let's go. It was a quiet evening in Necochea, Argentina on the 29th of June in 1892. The sun had just slipped below the horizon and the streets were turning blue with twilight. Inside a modest little home, a mother's scream cut through the silence. Neighbours came running. They found Francisca Rojas standing in her doorway, her face pale, her voice trembling. She said someone had broken in. In the small bedroom, two children lay still on the bed. 6-year-old Ponciano and 4-year-old Felicia, both gone. The police rushed in. Confusion filled the house. There were no footprints outside, no sign of a break-in, no weapon. Just blood, and on the wooden door frame, something small, a dark smudge. It looked like a fingerprint, but no one paid much attention to it, not yet. They took Francisca to the station. She whispered her name through her sobs, her neighbour, Pedro Ramon Valiquez. She said he had attacked her, killed her children and fled. But the police couldn't find Pedro, and when they did, he swore he was innocent. He begged them to believe him. "I didn't do it. I swear on my life." The town buzzed with gossip. Who would harm two little children and why? Investigators were stuck. Francisca's wounds looked strange, almost shallow. Her story just didn't add up. Still, they'd no proof until one man noticed something that everyone else had missed, that brown little smudge on the door. The case was passed to Inspector Eduardo Alvarez, a quiet, meticulous man from the Central Police in La Plata. He had been reading about a new method of identification being tested in the province of La Plata, a system using fingerprints. It was developed by a pioneering criminologist named Joan Vuitec, who was a Croatian-born police officer. Alvarez thought of that dark mark again. Could it mean something? Could it belong to the killer? He cut out the section of the door that held the stain and sent it to La Plata. At the police laboratory, Vuitec examined the wooden piece. The smear was faint but clear enough. He saw ridge patterns, loops and whorls, unmistakable signs of a thumb. He took inked impressions of Francisca Rojas, her neighbour and everyone else that was in the house. When he placed Francisca's print beside the one found in blood, the match was undeniable. Every ridge lined up perfectly. The killer hadn't been an intruder at all. It was their own mother. Alvarez returned to Necochea with the evidence. He sat across from Francisca and placed the two prints on the table. "They are yours." She looked at them, then at him. Silence filled the room. Her eyes darted back to the door. Then she broke down. Through tears, she confessed she had killed her children. Her lover had refused to marry her because of them. She thought that without the children, he would stay. To make her story believable, she had cut her own throat and blamed her neighbour. But one bloody thumbprint exposed everything. For the police, the case was more than just another tragedy. It was proof of something bigger. For the first time in history, a fingerprint had solved a murder. It was June 1892, and Necochea became the birthplace of modern forensic science. Because of Francisca Rojas' case, Argentina became the first country to officially adopt fingerprinting as its primary identification. What began as a strange idea in a police lab became a global revolution in justice. Now fingerprints are everywhere, unlocking phones, solving crimes, identifying the lost. But it all started in that small Argentinian town, with one mother's lie and one officer's curiosity. Imagine if Alvarez hadn't noticed the smudge. If someone had wiped the door clean, the case might have just gone unsolved. Justice might have taken the wrong man. The print saved a life and revealed a monster. More than a century later, the story of Francisca Rojas still lingers. It reminds us that truth can hide in the smallest places. A single thumbprint pressed in a panic or guilt can carry the weight of justice. because sometimes justice doesn't shout, it leaves a fingerprint. I hope you guys enjoyed this little snippet into the history of forensic science. If you are like me and enjoy true crime investigations and crimes, then please follow and like my channel Sip and Murder, where true crime investigation is a hobby. Stay tuned. Bye.